Percentages. Learning intention. Use percentages in money problems, profit loss, markup, margin, VAT or VAT, including working backwards to the original amount. Success criteria, I can. Find percentage increase or decrease in profit or loss. Tell the difference between markup on cost and margin on selling price. Work back to cost price or original value from a percentage given, reverse percentage. Add or remove VAT or VAT correctly. Show units and check my answers make sense. Percentages and fractions. The word percent means per hundred. The symbol percentage is used to represent percent. Thus 10% means 10 out of every 100. 20% is equivalent to 20 over 100, which simplifies to 1/5. To change a fraction into a percentage, multiply it by 100 over 1, or just by 100. Just don't forget to stick on your percentage symbol. So 4 over 5, so 4/5 as a percentage is 80%, because 4 over 5 multiplied by 100 over 1 gives us 400 over 5, which simplifies to 80, and we stick on the percentage symbol. So this is the percentage symbol, and it means per 100. And to change a fraction to a percentage, we multiply the fraction by 100 over 1 and stick on the percentage symbol. Percentages and decimals. Percentages to decimals. 125% is 125 over 100, and 125 divided by 100 is 1.25. Similarly, 45% can be rewritten as 45 over 100, and 45 divided by 100 is 0.45, and so on. Decimals to percentages. 0.23. Since we've two decimal places, we can put it over 100, and 23 over 100 is the same thing as 23%. And 0.04, we can again put it over 100 because there's two decimal places, and 4 over 100 is 4%. Calculator. Scientific calculators can also be used to change from percentages to fractions to decimals. For example, 20%, we can put into the calculator 20, shift, bracket, equals, and it'll give us 1 over 5. Then pressing SD gives 0.2. Finding the percentage of a quantity. To find 35% of €380, we multiply 35% by €380. So in maths, of means multiply. i.e. 35, so this is into the calculator, 35, the shift button, bracket, multiply, 380 equals €133. Increasing or decreasing a quantity by a percentage. Any original quantity is considered to be 100%. If the original quantity is increased by 5%, we now have 105%. Similarly, if the original quantity is reduced by 15%, we now have 85%. Jenny's salary of €45,000 is increased by 5%. Her new salary is 105% of €45,000. So 105% multiplied by €45,000 is €47,250. Example 1, part 1. 8% of a sum of money is €24.40. Find the sum of money. Part 2, a bill for €57.60 includes VAT, value added tax at 20%. Find the amount of the bill before VAT is added. So just focusing on part 1 for now. So 8% of a sum of money is €24.40. So we can say 8% is equal to €24.40. So we want to find out what's 1%. So we have to think, well, how does 8 become 1? So focusing on the left-hand side now. So how does 8 become 1, or how does 8% become 1%? And when we are using this method, we're always multiplying or dividing. So we're never adding or subtracting. So you could say 8 subtract 7 gives us 1. But the rule here is that you can only multiply or divide. So to go from 8 to 1, we are dividing by 8. So we're going to divide both sides by 8 because we have to balance the equation. So what we do to the left, we do to the right. What we do to the right, we do to the left. So we have to divide both sides by 8. And €24.40 divided by 8 gives us €3.05. So now we want to know what 100% is. So with the same idea, we want to think, how do we get from 1 to 100? And you could say, well, you add 99, but remember the rule here is we can only multiply or divide. So to go from 1 to 100, we're going to multiply by 100. So if we multiply the left-hand side by 100, we must multiply the right-hand side by 100 as well. So multiplying both sides by 100, 3.05 multiplied by 100 is €305. So 100% is equal to €305. So the sum of money is equal to €305. So that's the answer to part 1. Now focusing on part 2. So a bill for €57.60 includes VAT or VAT at 20%. Find the amount of the bill before VAT is added. So 100% plus 20% is going to give us 120%. So the 20% I got from the question. So the €57.60 represents 120% of the bill. So the €57.50 is the original bill with the 20% added on, the VAT, the value added tax added on. So 120% is equal to €57.60. We want to find 1%. So we're going to say, how do we get from 120 to 1? And remember, again, we can only multiply or divide. So if we divide by 120, we'll get 1. So 120 divided by 120 is 1. So what we do to the left, we do to the right. So €57.60 divided by 120 gives us 48 cents or €0.48. So now that we know what 1% is, we can work out 100%. So how do we get from 1 to 100? And remember, we can only multiply or divide. 1 multiplied by 100 will give us 100. So if we multiply by 100 on the left, we must multiply by 100 on the right. And what we do to the left, we do to the right. What we do to the right, we do to the left. So 0.48 multiplied by 100 gives us €48. So 100%, or the original amount, is €48. So this was the bill before the VAT was added on. So therefore the bill was €48 before VAT. Percentage profit, percentage loss. A profit is made if the selling price is greater than the cost price. We base our calculation of the percentage profit or loss on the original cost price of goods unless otherwise stated. Percentage profit is equal to profit over cost price times 100 over 1, and you stick on the percentage symbol. And percentage loss is equal to loss over cost price multiplied by 100 over 1, and again you stick on the percentage symbol. In the retail trade, the percentage profit is often called a markup. So the markup is equal to percentage profit, which is equal to profit over cost price times 100 over 1, and stick on the percentage symbol. The profit as a percentage of the selling price is called the margin. So the margin is equal to the profit over the selling price times 100 over 1 or times 100, and stick on the percentage symbol. You need to learn these formulas off by heart. Example 2. By selling a car for €14,400, a dealer would lose 4% on the purchase price. Part 1, what did the dealer pay for the car? Part 2, find his percentage profit if he had sold the car for €17,250. So focusing on part 1, what did the dealer pay for the car? So €14,400 represents 96% of the cost price. So 100% is the original amount. He lost 4% on the purchase price, so we subtract 4%, so we're left with 96%. So that's where the 96 came from. So €14,400 represents 96% of the cost price. So 96% is equal to €14,400. So similar to the previous questions, we want to work out 1%. So how do we get from 96 to 1? Well, we divide by 96. And what we do to the left, we do to the right. So 14,400 divided by 96 gives us €150. So 1% is equal to €150. And now that we know what 1% is, we can find any percent. So now we're interested in 100%, so the original amount. So we say, well, how did we get from 1 to 100? We multiplied by 100. And what we do to the left, we do to the right. So multiplying 150 by 100, we get 15,000 euro. So 100% is 15,000 euro. So this is what the dealer paid for the car. Therefore, the dealer paid 15,000 euro. Part 2, find his percentage profit if he had sold a car for 17,250. So for part 2, step 1 is find profit. So 17,250, take away 15,000 euro, leaves us with 2,250 euro profit. Step 2 is now get the percentage profit. And the formula for that, which you do need to learn off by heart, is profit over total times 100. So the profit was 2,250. So that's our numerator. And the total was 15,000 euro from part 1. So that's our denominator. Multiply by 100 or 100 over 1 and stick on your percentage symbol. So we get 15%. So this is the percentage profit. So the percentage profit is 15%. Example 3. Martin runs a bicycle shop and buys a new model for 320 euro from the supplier. He wants to make a profit of 45 euro by selling the bicycle. Find the markup price and the margin on this model. So part 1, we're going to start off with the selling price. So the selling price is equal to the cost price plus the profit. So the cost price is 320 euro and the profit is 45 euro. So we've got both of those numbers from the question. So the selling price is going to be 365 euro. So we want to find the markup. So the formula for percentage markup is profit divided by cost price times 100, and then you stick on the percentage symbol. So the profit was 45 euro. We got that from the question. The cost price was 320 euro. We got that from the question. Dividing and multiplying by 100, we get 41.0625, and we stick on the percentage symbol. Now, they didn't ask us to round off, so we're just going to choose what we're going to round it off to. So I'm going to go with 1 decimal place. So the 0 will be the rounding digit. The 6 will be the telling digit. So the 6 is going to tell the 0 to round up. So we get 41.1%. So approximately 41.1%. This is the markup. And then part 2, we want to find the margin. So the formula for percentage margin is profit divided by selling price times 100, and you stick on the percentage symbol. So the profit is 45 euro. We got that from the question. And the selling price is 365 euro. So we worked out the selling price in part 1 because 320 plus 45 is 365. So we're going to multiply that by 100 and stick on the percentage symbol. So we get 12.3287%. And again, we weren't told to round it off. So we're going to round it off. We're going to choose ourselves what to round it off to. So I'm going to go with 1 decimal place. So the 3 is going to be the rounding digit. The 2 is the telling digit. And the 2 is going to tell the 3 to rest. So we get approximately equal to 12.3%. So that is the margin, 12.3%. So just to summarize, these are the 4 formulas that you do need to learn off by heart. So percentage profit, percentage loss, markup, and margin.